What happened back there? Jinsanity's in the lead, and thank you, Utkarsh, for staying put. Is HVP moving on your screen?
No, he's not. He's stuck on the car.
He is stationary, and that's massively unfortunate for this. So, what does the order look like? Except Azul, who has lost 6 positions. Everyone looks all right. I mean, few positions gained, lost here and there. But I think overall it's all right so far. Any notable incidents that you noticed while
Nothing
I was away?
as of now. No taps, no collisions, no crashes. Turned out to be a boring first lap. If the viewers are worried about it.
It's always boring when it's there are no incidents involved.
Exactly.
And yeah, I know what you mean. So, but nevertheless, it's good in a way that there are no crashes. So we will have all the drivers except bugged out HVP.
I think Quick Killer, I don't know if Quick Killer has joined back or something, but he's running. So I'm guessing he's running back.
Speaking of the challenger, HVP's challenger, Mayank is down in P17, so he hasn't made a lot of positions. In fact, he's quite far way back to everyone else. So, did something happen? He's on hard tires. I think he must have had some wing damage, if I'm not wrong.
I can't see any damage on his wing. I think he might have lost out during the start. Turn 1, you know how scrappy it is.
Yeah, but he's too far back, the grid order.
Oh, we have a safety car. Oxidized Rage just crashed.
Oh, that's just bad, and that's,
and
as
I
ready
think
on.
it's Auru's taking its first victim, and like I said...
Probably not the first one.
Shut up, man. Get out of here. I've already DNF'd enough for this season.
Look, I've crashed there as well, so I mean I am including myself.
Shut up. I think I already DNF'd thrice or twice. Monza, Hungary and Spain. Sorry, 3 out of 5 races I have DNF'd, so...
Alright, so who do you think...
I request you to send me an invite?
Can you do that, Utkarsh? To the party? No, he's in the party, to the lobby.
Yeah.
And I'll take over the comms until then. So top 8 are on the sauce, and this should be interesting to see where, I mean, if any of these drivers come into the pits for a change of tires, maybe mediums, maybe hards. Hards could possibly go all the way to the end. Don't take my word for it, as Ashwin has managed to join it, which is good to see a 3-man team. Not every day you see 3 guys commentating here together. So Jinsanity, let's wait. What is he doing? He is in the pits. Okay, Redstone follows him back. Shah follows him. Nishan follows him. So it's going to be, I think a very, very busy pit lane. Will there be a double stack? Nope. Venkatesh had to stay out because his teammate was in, and he's on the median, so that's quite understandable that he is in the pits and currently leading the race, probably for the first time this season. So Ashwin, I hope you can see all the action now.
No comment. I will have to restart my game.
Okay.
I can't see any names. I can't see any cars. So,
all right. So while he's doing that, Redstone has managed to jump Crazy Mouse, not jump, but come right in front of Crazy Mouse Monster. So he'll be pretty pleased with that, not coming behind a car that has to make a pit stop in a few laps time. So everyone is on the hard. So I think all the soft runners who were still running, they have obviously gone in and come out on the set of hard. So you think these tires will go to the end, Utkarsh?
I think it's gonna be a stretch, and medium runners who started on mediums, they're gonna have an advantage, I feel, because I think they're gonna be on softs when they have their pit stop, and it's in just 5 laps, so 17 laps is a long time for hards, until and unless you can be someone who can manage the tires. I don't know how you do that in the game, but if you can manage, then only you have an edge. Plus, I think Redstone Jin is a decent position because he won't have too much traffic for him. But other soft runners will have to deal with traffic as well, and it's just gonna hamper their time. So let's see.
Yeah, so Jin is in the net P1. Obviously, he doesn't have to
Yeah.
pit if there is no wing damage during his race. But one interesting observation is Mayank, who is already on hard, and I think he has made his pit stop already, if I'm not wrong.
No, he hasn't.
He
didn't
hasn't.
stop.
Oh, so he had
No.
to stay out. Okay. Mayank hasn't stopped yet. That's fine. Okay, so then my observation is counter drain. Because I thought that he wouldn't have to stop and he's already on the 4 laps on hard, but yeah, obviously that doesn't matter anymore. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers who are yet to make their pit stop. So yeah, I think with Crazy Mouse in P4, Jin Sanity and Redstone will be looking to make up early positions on the Ferrari ahead. And hope that those two are able to hold up Shah and Nishan and the guys who are on the hard tires at the moment. So there's almost a drift by Redstone. So one challenge that these hard compound runners will have is keeping their tire temps up. A fact that I have experienced firsthand. They lose temperature quite easily, but it's very difficult to maintain that temp. As Space Cadet has gone back into the pits, I think he will come out on the mediums. It could be. So that could be interesting. I think that's a pretty interesting strategy. You think from Space Cadet?
He started on mediums, did he?
Yeah, he started on mediums and he went on hards, and now he's back on the mediums. So,
Oh, he's got a wing damage as well, actually.
you think that could work in his favor?
I doubt, because being last, mediums obviously won't go till the end of the race, so he'll have to stop again. So I don't see how it's gonna work in his favor in any way. It's gonna be long race for him now. Long
Yeah.
solitary race if there's no safety car.
It will be interesting, of course. And yeah, on track like this, where the corners can take you out more than the drivers you are racing against, a safety car is a very real chance. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But the choice of the tire compounds, I think it's going to be 100% dry race. No rain also. Yeah.
What do you guys think has the upper hand right now in terms of strategy, apart from P2 and P3?
Look, it's a mix. I mean, all the medium runners are on old mediums, and all the hard runners except Mayank are on fresh hards. So, depending on how they
No,
restart.
Nishan, you missed Nishan. He's on fresh mediums.
Oh, he's on the mediums. Oh, wow, I didn't see that. Yeah, so
I don't know what he was thinking. I think it might be
It's-
the
it's
default choice, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, so he will be looking to make up at least 3 positions. If he's aware of the tire compound, I think safety car should be in by the end of this lap. Yeah, so make up as many positions as possible, and then obviously it will be all about time management. So this could
Let's
go
see.
either way. Is safety car in? I think it is. Yeah, the gap is forming up.
Yep.
Is it? I don't think so.
No.
Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like. Safety car goes off on the lap, and I think such length of safety cars will help guys like Nishan.
Yeah,
They can
correct.
push that much less over
Yep.
the lap, and I think he'll be thanking his stars that.
But I think the restart's gonna be messy. I mean, we had a clean race start, but restart's gonna be messy. I'm betting on that.
It could be messy, yeah, because I'm saying that because Sid is in P1, so he will very likely just bolt away after the bus stop chicane. Jinsanity and Redstone, if they're not able to maintain those tire temps, they're going to struggle massively at the restart. And someone like Crazy Mouse Monster and Nishan, who are on the mediums, they could possibly pounce on them. But on the flip side, such eagerness to get in front might cost them their front wing as well. A very real possibility, but let's hope it doesn't come out to that.
I think the game deemed HVP a little bit too far away from the rest of the pack, otherwise the safety car would have surely been in.
Yeah, and I noticed that HPP started moving as soon as HPP left the session, so
Yeah.
that's just unfortunate for our. Is he leading HPP so far?
No. He's dead last and lap down.
Yeah.
No. I mean the
He-
championship table.
Oh,
He's P2.
Acha,
He's
sorry.
P2. He is 16 points behind, so not looking good from the constructors' point of view because Mercedes are in P10 and P11 at the moment. Speaking of Mercedes, you think team orders will be in play at the safety car restart? Ace doesn't has to stop. My uncle will.
Ideally, I would argue they should be, but it'll be tough because Sid Kulkarni right behind them is on fresh mediums, so it'll be tricky to let Ace by and Mayank to hold that position.
Could be interesting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, safety car will be in this lap. We have lost 2 drivers so far, and 17 runners are still out with Azun, the only one with. He has a 5-second penalty, so he must have got that for the collision. So
Safety car in this lap.
as expected. So it's up to Sid to hold up the back cheat. Doesn't look like he is. He is going at a pretty decent pace. Maybe the message hasn't popped up yet.
When he slows down.
It surely must have come out for him. He is doing 250 kph.
This is slightly interesting.
Yeah, the lights are off.
Okay.
Okay, it is quite interesting to be honest. And we should be off, and the flags are green. Yeah, so we are definitely off. And looks like a decent start. Crazy Mouse Monster right behind him, looking for the move on the inside. Things against it and backs out of it for the back shot, right on the McLaren's tail, and looks clean. Restart at the safety car after the safety car. What are your thoughts? Happy?
That was quite clean by everyone.
Everyone got pretty much a lot of space between them. So yeah, I think it's through.
Mayank looking to get past Steve's.
Yeah, and I think
He doesn't
Teams,
make it.
for his at least teammates' sake, shouldn't make it too easy for Mayank. Just hold them up as much as possible. Yeah, but I think overall it has been a pretty clean start. Top 7 have built up a gap to the rest of the pack by over a second at least. Looking at those top 7, top 8, Zoom, he had a qualifying ban, he started at the back, he's up into P7. So this is something that we've seen so far in all the 3 races.
Mine's past Steve.
Okay, it's past Steve, yes. So yeah, the Williams
And
will
now
be too pleased
Ace
with
is
that.
under pressure.
Oh,
from
bit of a
Sid
collision between Ace and Sid.
and Sid in the barriers.
Oh no.
Yeah, they may do side by side, so that was probably gonna happen.
No damage. I can't see any damage in Sid's car. So I think
That doesn't look like it, as Ace is looking for a move on Teeves. Teeves holding up his line, rightly so, but will go for a tie bomb with the stop chicane.
It'll be interesting to see if he goes into turn 1 or leaves it for the chemistry.
He is using the switchback line for a better exit. Would you send it down into turn 1, both of you?
I wouldn't.
I would never.
I'm sure Ashwin wouldn't. Oh, there's a big
And then
lunge
Thakur
from
was just
Thakur.
amazing. Oh my god.
Opportunistic.
And he got a
Opportunistic.
penalty for that as well.
Yeah, I think he got Ace snapping there. Yeah, Ace has been caught napping. Let's hope there was no wing damage.
Suraj is looking to
Oh
capitalize.
no,
And he's gone!
the Ace is
gone.
gone. So is Space Cadet.
Oh my
Space
God.
Cadet had in the pits, and that was
And safety car.
caught right
Oh
on
my
the
God.
stream.
Claims yet another.
It is yet
Couple of
another. See,
victims.
as I was saying, yet another. So will we see people go in the pits? Okay, this should be a good, but I don't think it will be as good because the field is bunched up. So the medium runners is still not a good opportunity to go for the softs. Do you think?
No, for the softs, it doesn't look like a good opportunity.
Yeah, now it makes things interesting for Nishan and the like. So they
Yeah,
got mediums on their first pit stop.
I think this second safety car has sort of ruined the race for the medium runners at the moment.
Yeah. The hard runners can straight away opt for a medium set of tires, new if they
If
have
they
it.
want to, yes.
And yeah, and the mediums meanwhile would ideally go on hards if they are stopping, because softs should not make it to the end.
So would both of you, if you're on hards, if you're Jin or Redstone or Shah, would you go into pits for a set of mediums at this stage?
Not this soon, I think. mean,
I
still,
would. I
the
think I would
fact
take
is-
that gamble.
No, I would, but I'm saying the cars are still stacked up. So it's not that I'm gonna come, at P10 or P9. I'm gonna come out at P14 if I stop right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more lap behind safety car, and then come into the pits. And if I come out at P14 or P16, it's the same for me, I think. So that I have to do one lesser lap in mediums.
I think that's quite an interesting point because with the field bunched up together, you're anyway going to come back,
Exactly.
come out at the back of the grid. So yeah, maybe stretching these sets for one more lap to have that extra lap of fresh tires towards the end is
Crazy Mouse Monsters and Azum are pitting.
This should be interesting. Not
But the thing is,
back out on hards. Interestingly.
Azum's on fresh mediums.
How many pit stops are these guys done?
Only three of them stopped.
Okay, so this was the first one for Sumer, okay. Not soon, that is. And the only one who are yet to make their pit stops, and which I think should follow Kersh's advice and come in right now, are Sid Venkatesh, Mayank, and Thieves. I think they should. They'll lose a lot of time if they don't. Right now.
Yeah, they should.
And with Mayank's biggest challenger out of the race, any points that he can scrap, I think, should do well for him in this sprint season that we are having. Let's have a look again for the guys who have to pick Mayank, Thieves, and Sid. I think the second safety car has helped Nishan quite a lot here. So that has put him in. Oh, he was in net P4, and yeah, with the cars going so slow, I think this has just helped extend that stint even further.
Yeah.
This safety car in this lap, the gap is building. Oh, no, I don't think so. It's in this lap. Don't see the messages.
Okay.
So anyways, yeah, go on.
Sid Venkatesh, Mayank, and Thieves. Let's see which one of them chooses
It's
to
staying
make
out. What is that's interesting. Staying out.
That could go. Yeah, that could go.
And so has Mayank
Interesting
and
way.
Thieves. So you think they're expecting another safety car?
Well, they
That's-
would be right to expect that at this rate. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, this is quite interesting, these three drivers staying out while the safety car is out. So, I don't know, maybe they have something in mind. What, obviously, we don't know. So, with two safety cars already out within first 10 laps, you think same will be the case tomorrow for Division 1?
Very well could be. I think we could even see qualifying crashes.
Qualifying crashes. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I crash out in this. As long as my teammate finishes the race as high as possible without getting impeded by safety car or connection issues or crashes here and there.
Yeah.
Is Utkarsh still here or is he attending his doorbell?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to order for dinner.
That's nice. Let us know what you
Biryani,
decided.
do you guys think? Ashwin, when are you going to open your restaurant here, bro?
Nice plug. On the stream
That was
of a
not
restaurant.
planned, I swear. Do you guys think Mayank could go to the end on his 10 lap old
Nope,
hearts?
he has to pit.
No,
He
has
has
to, right?
pit. Right, so at this rate, I think we might see HVP's Ghost finishing the points. Let's look at the positions gained. So far Sid has gained 10 and so has Mayank, but none of them have made their pit stop. Quick Killer gained the next best in P9. I think he has made his stop, yep. Safety car, oh, it's in, yep. It's in, they're going too slow. Let's hope there's no incidents behind.
Sid holding back well this point. Looks like he's got the message nice and early.
Maybe trying out something different, trying to catch them off guard. I'll let one of you take away the safety car restart.
Go for it, Ashwin. I'm still figuring out my food.
Okay. Sid Venkatesh almost at the bus stop chicane as we see the safety car entering the pits right about now, and looks like Sid Venkatesh has gone for it. He has more than a second lead already, so that's a great restart by him. And everyone else close behind. Shah looking for a move on Redstone into turn 1, and he does make the move, cuts the corner slightly, gets a warning and a penalty for that. As they're side by side going down to Arush. Who's going to come out of this one?
Not going to end well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Shah
back
backs
down.
out. Shah backs out. Nishan looking to get Shah now. Compromise exit for him. That could have
Come
been
on,
an
Shah,
airplane
you should have
crash.
floored it. Disappointed.
And Nishan around the outside of Lekom. And Shah does well to defend that.
Slots right behind, yeah. I was expecting Shah to just keep his foot in, take it all the way up, huge, and to the Radion, but yeah, they both made it safe. I mean, not everyone can race like Nova and Caesar up that corner, can they? Side by side. See, I do speak good about Nova sometimes.
Sometimes.
The keyword. Anyways, further up, let's get back to the race. So Sid has pulled up a bit of a gap of 8 tenths, but I don't think Jin Sandy will complain too much about it because he would know that Sid has to pit. So as long as he can keep himself in the DRS range, who himself is 1.5 seconds in front of.
Oh, Teeves loses it. Teeves loses it. Oh, he's facing the barrier.
Oh, I think he crashed where George Russell crashed in real life last season.
Yeah, he lost it on the curb. I was on board with him. Yeah.
That's not a good sign. Hope there's no more safety car. And
Never
it's not.
We're going to green track.
Mayank about to send it down the inside of the bus stop chicane. He thinks
And he did.
of
Oh.
it. Leaves.
He's done it. He's got it
Yeah,
done.
he just got it. He used all of his DRS. He's out of
भेज दिया
it.
उसने मतलब उसने भेज दिया
मालव ने भेज दिया अच्छा oh right so I think DRS should be active this lap.
but he'll have it
I
as
think
well.
the next lap. I think the next lap.
अच्छा नहीं it's not on.
It's not on yet, and Jin he had his own not anymore.
Yeah, he's closing down on Sid. Sid should be struggling now on those tires. Those mediums will not be feeling good at all.
Not soon going for the move at the back on Crazy Mouse Monster. So let's not forget both of them don't have to pit anymore. It's a battle for P13.
Oh, getting argy-bargy.
Bit of a tab. You think Sumi? I'm sorry, I just call him Sum. I don't know why. He told me it's Sumi. So you think Sumi made the right choice of going back in the pits and opting for the sauce when he didn't had to? He didn't need to.
Now, after the second safety car, it can be debatable, but it all depends on the next few laps and his progress.
I will take back my words. I was wrong. I just remembered that he had to pit anyway. So, yep, made a
Did he have
video
damage?
myself.
Yeah, he had front wing down.
Okay.
To me.
Sumi, oh, good news for him.
Oh, and he's going for a move on Crazy Mouse Monster on the outside of what is going to be Blanchimon, and he gets it done.
But I don't think Crazy Mouse is going to let that go very easily. He's not
saving up his ERS. He has double of what Sumi does.
Oh, he's sending it on the inside!
Oh my god.
Wow, that was a big lunge.
Crazy mouse monster.
And yeah, that was crazy. Yep. And a bit untimely, but I must say, because the next DRS zone, there's a long camel straight, and I think he'll be a sitting duck. As Jinsanity has taken the lead for the first time.
Yeah. Okay, on board with Sumi.
Got a yellow flag in sector 3. I think Teves has spun again or something.
Oh.
Yep, he has. Okay,
and he's lost the left side of his wing as well, so he's going to be pitting.
Oh, there's a spin at the back! They made a bit of a collision, and
Crazy Mouse Monster comes off worse.
Crazy spin. So Sumi in the McLaren sandwich, and pretty sure Stewart will get rid of it.
Redstone Derp closing down on Sid as he's out of DRS now on those old tires, struggling and sliding through each corner.
Yeah, I think these drivers, the three drivers who opted to stay out in the safety car, not the best of decisions in my opinion, as they'll be easily around 20 seconds behind once they make a pit stop. So
Redstone, is he gonna send it in the bus stop chicane?
I think Sid should be going in this lap.
Oh, he's not. Interesting. Stays out. Maybe hoping for another VSC or safety car at this point.
Yeah, this is just gonna help Redstone close on the gap on Jinsanity, unless Jin obviously pulls away some gap. For the back, Sid Kulkarni and Suraj.
Both have sim. Oh, okay. Suraj locks up.
And yeah, Sid will have that DRS to go with it. Mayank is in the pits. Okay, yeah, that was expected.
As Azun going for a move on Sid Kulkarni, has to back out of it, gets squeezed onto the grass.
But will Sid Kulkarni make the move? Quite easy.
He does.
Yes, thank you very much. And Sid loses another position. Will Azun barge his way? Don't think so. I haven't seen much from him in this regard.
Nishan closing down Shah through Puan.
So Shah has a 3-second time penalty, so that has to be for the corner cut. So Shah is in, what is that, net P6 maybe? Nishan is already in P4 and he's in net P3, so Nishan is already on the podium position at the moment. Obviously unless another safety car interfere with the race. But so far, looks good for Nishan. Where did he start? Oh, he started P4, so it's alright.
He's lining up Shah for a move. Will he go for it before all the DRS zones? No, doesn't look like it.
He doesn't send it, but someone who has sent it is Utkarsh, his food order. So what are we getting for dinner?
Sorry man, I think I'm gonna go for biryani.
His food order is already here, it's delivered. Oh, that was...
Sid Venkatesh finally pits, and so does Quick Killer.
Quick Killer didn't have to pit, but he must have had some damage, I believe.
He was on 13 lap old medium, so I guess they wouldn't have gone on much longer.
So that was a forced pit stop, so he will be pushed down quite far back. Sumi is in the top 10 once again. Further up the field, Nishan lining up Shah, but not enough straight for him to make any moves about it. Azun, meanwhile,
let's pass Suraj.
In fact, Suraj not giving in. Suraj didn't leave him.
That was some good racing. Good space given to each other.
Plenty of respect. Always good to see. For the back,
I still
Crazy
can't
Mouse.
believe Suraj is racing without any assist. Not even racing line, man.
That's
Like,
yeah, that's Pretty impressive. Yeah, I saw him. He was struggling a bit in Russia last weekend, but yeah, as long as he can keep at it, I think he'll the only way is up.
Yeah.
I would know because I tried and I had given up on that. So
I didn't even think of trying, man. It's too much. I mean, one will have to put in a lot of hours to nail it.
Nishan going for it on Shah. Looks like he's gonna go wait after Blanchimon. Will he send it this time? He is using his ERS.
Bhej de, bhej de, bhej de.
And he backs out of it. Switch back line. Looks
He
like
got
he's
too
gonna
much
wait.
on the curve. Yeah, he got too much on the curve.
Shah has saved double the ERS that Nishan has though, so that could prove challenging.
yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, Nishan has been following Shah, and even after all of that, he hasn't been able to save a lot of ERS. He's still using it, his Nishan, for some reason on that spread, but and Shah still has the same amount somehow. And I
Shah has
think
been quick in all the right places, forcing Nishan to use his ERS when he arguably shouldn't. So that's good driving by Shah.
Yeah, I think one of the main aspect of this game is to preserve as much ERS as possible and forcing your opponent to use theirs.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this is the prime example. You know, Nishan who has been behind Shah for so long is unable to find a way past him. And as you said, Shah getting the right exit speed when it matters.
Oh, as he almost has a bit of a moment through Puhan.
I think Nishan should be frustrated right now. He will be frustrated under that helmet of not being able to make his way through.
Oh, as Shah gets squirmy on the curbs, but still stays ahead. Surely Nishan's going to use more of his ERS here to get past. Yes, and he starts.
I would rather just stay behind him. I mean, there are two ERS. Just save your ERS. Just stay. I mean, if you cannot, you are struggling with ERS. I think what I would do is just stay behind him, forget overtaking for next 2-3 laps, save as much as you can, and then you just go for the attack. But that's something that I would do.
Side by side, all through the chicane,
But still couldn't get
and
past.
Shah stays ahead.
Oh
Nishan.
man, this is exciting. This is really exciting.
Yeah, that's
Nice
the only
speed
battle we
racing
have, and let's just get rid of all the stuff on the screen to focus solely on the battle. So, bets, will Nishan finally overtake Shah? Is he close enough?
No, not this lap.
I think the best of his mediums are more or less done, while Shah's hards are now arguably faster over the lap. So I think he's run out of precious time, and Shah has saved over twice the ERS that Nishan has. So we're seeing a pattern here lap by lap.
Yeah, but I think what Nishan is struggling is obviously impatience by now. I think that's quite visible by in the way that he's using his ERS on the mini straights or in the corners, exit of the corners. But yeah, besides that, I think he has to just take it easy for at least a couple of laps, build up his ERS, and just attack when Shah doesn't expect him to. Obviously, he will be expecting, but
As he gets a penalty. So now this is for the podium. This is for the podium.
So this is officially for the podium now. As for the back, there's no other battle on the field, so we'll stay on board with these guys for as long as possible. I think Red's
very close to Crazy Mouse Monster.
Crazy Mouse Monster is 9.3. Yeah, Mayank is close, yeah. And Redstone, I think he's closing down the gap on Jinsanity for the lead. But when Nishan he's not using his ERS, so maybe he's listening to our stream.
Azun is quite quick. He's got past a couple of cars and looks to be getting onto the back of Sid Kulkarni. He's on much faster, fresher mediums. So that should be interesting.
What is interesting is the battle at the back between, there's a bit of a collision between the Mercedes of Mayank and Crazy Mouse Monster. Crazy Mouse was able to hold on to his McLaren, but not without a slight tap from the Mercedes of our championship leader Mayank, who is in a very unfamiliar position of lucky 13, as a lot of people call it unlucky.
Nishan again close to Shah using his overtake. but Shah has more than enough.
Safety car, we have a safety car.
Thakurva retires.
Where did he? Oh, he crashed. Yes. Up, Radion.
Oh, Radion.
Third
yet
victim
again.
of the night.
Fourth victim.
Oh, he's upside down.
And his car is upside down. Oh no.
Why did Mayank fit?
Yeah, man, Mayank is gonna be cursing his luck.
Oh, missed opportunity.
But Mayank is on soft. Okay, he's on soft. So
well, yeah. 3 laps, so that'll be
it's
fine.
all right. It's all right. But will the guys in front? It's 3 laps to go. What would you guys do? Quickly.
I wouldn't pit.
I would stay out.
I would stay out. Same.
What's the gap? Let's have a look at the gap to the leader. Yeah, there's not enough laps. So
Yeah.
I think if I'm quick killer, I could maybe try a cheat, but no, the 2 laps also, so it wouldn't matter much. But I think the Suraj 13 lap, but so are Sid Kulkarni and Nishan. But where is Venkatesh in P10? So this could make it interesting, you know. Suraj on 13 lap old mediums, Sid on fresh softs. This could get a bit feisty.
Azun right on the back of the top 6 at the restart as well, and on fresher tires than everyone else ahead, he could arguably have a good pace advantage.
Definitely looks like it, but a third safety car. We haven't had a single VSC. Third safety car.
So I
within
think
the race.
it's lap 20, lap 21. The safety car might come on the last lap.
No, it will come in. It will come in this lap.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Lap 19 was the last lap. It could have arguably come out after a crash, and it did. So we'll only have 2 full laps of racing, if I'm right.
Yeah, it will come at the end of this lap, so we'll have 2 lap sprint.
Yeah.
Technically. So as we could see quite a few elbows out at the safety car restart.
Crazy Mouse Monster Pits takes his free pit stop. That's a good decision.
I don't know. I mean, the safe. I'm 90% sure it will come in at the end of this lap.
Yeah.
And
I guess he did the best he could. I probably would have done the same. No harm trying getting to the back of the pack if he can, because 2 laps is all everyone has now.
Thieves was on the verge of getting lapped, and I think safety car just saved him. So that's good to see. So yeah, before the safety car came out, I did say that Redstone was slightly catching up to Jinsanity, and none of them having the penalty. And yeah, speaking of penalty, Shah and Nishan with 3 seconds, and the field is close right back up to them.
Yeah. Will they be able to pull a gap? Nishan will be struggling on those tires. He'll actually be glad that these 2 laps had some rest, because those mediums would now be on the verge.
Could we see a Bhayanak podium tonight? Very likely so far.
Very likely. So,
Very likely. Yeah, even Kulkarni. No, not Kulkarni, sorry, Saurabh. But yeah, Sid might try and get his jump. Even Azun, I think Azun is also in a very good position to jump.
He's got a 3-second penalty though, so that will go against him.
Yeah.
And Sumi is looking to be in a good position. If he can capitalize on his newer tires, then
Safety car in
looks
this
good for
lap.
him.
Oh, that was quite a slow.
Yeah.
Oh, and Redstone getting so close.
He's
The
getting
back of
eager.
Jinsanity.
Everyone knows how many laps remain, so we could see 5 seconds being dished out at the restart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be quite important. Launch off the line. So who's going to take this away this time? Do it, Utkarsh. Eat a biryani and do it.
Go for it.
Alright, so we've got Jin holding up the pack, and now he's just hit the floor, and let's see what's gonna happen. Redstone right behind him, we've got Shah behind him, Nishan just chasing them down, and I think we have the green lights, and away we go on the pack. Redstone had a moment, he didn't have a good exit, and he's in the pressure from Shah. He's behind Redstone, let's see, he doesn't dive in. One Jin's clear behind the Redstone. Shah, Nishan is following to the back. Followed by Shakti Kamin. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
Suraj, it's Suraj.
Some contact. Oh, it's a big corner cut by Sid. Venkatesh almost gets a tap from Mayank. In front, it's 4 wide. Oh, that's HPP. His goal set card. Doesn't matter.
Mayank, Sid, Venkatesh, Aura in the same mode.
Mayank round the outside, a quick killer, and he gets the move done.
What a
Brilliant late breaking.
By Mayank, so a championship leader, not slowing down, trying to collect as many points as possible tonight. And rightly so, hadn't had the best. Oh, I see quick killer has wing damage on his left, so that explains the understeer, but Mayank up in P9, so doing alright so far.
Nishan again on the back of Shah.
A side that we have seen for quite a few laps. And yeah, Azun and Sid both have penalties now, so Sumi in P8, all of a sudden he's in a pretty good position to maybe jump. Oh, do you guys have commentator's curse has been put on him?
Shit.
Loses the...
Oh, no.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry,
no.
man. I'm so sorry, Sumi. Oh, man. That's a prime
Be
example.
crazy mad at you.
Commentator's curse. I hope he doesn't watch that part of the stream. His internet runs out of juice. Sid
You think we're not
Venkatesh.
gonna remind him or let him know.
Sid Venkatesh jumps up to P9. Further up the field, Jinsanity has managed to pull away a gap of over a second, so the final lap has begun, and this should be a first win for Jinsanity.
Saurabh Naik looking very good, hoping that the two in front fight even more with their penalties, and he should just be okay in the back.
Yeah, at the moment looks like his P3 is very much confirmed. For the back, Azul on the back of Sid Kulkarni. Will he send it down the inside? No, he doesn't. He goes purple instead of still.
Saurabh Nayak is all set for his first podium.
At the moment he does, and Nishan still struggling to find a way past Shah, and I think this is how the order could finish if they take Puhan cleanly, which looks like they do, and sort of like literally just chilling
I
behind
think
him.
HVP has joined back again because his AI is racing really quick.
No, it's AI. It's still his AI driving.
I don't know, but he just
Yeah.
unlapped himself from a zoom and now he's about to unlap himself from Sid.
All right.
Is he going for the fastest lap? Looks
He
like
got
it.
the fastest lap already. He's the fastest lap holder right now.
Okay.
All right, while everyone is fighting behind, we have Jinsanity, who struggled in the initial races of this season, who started this race from the front row of the grid for the first time, and he managed to take full advantage of it with HVP disconnecting. He wins his first race of the season and first race win for the Williams in Season 4 Redstone with a very, very impressive P2. We have our Bhayanak podium finally rounding up in P3 is the Ferrari, the guy who I was on board with at the start of the stream. Shah, a brilliant defensive drive from him, kept Nishan at the back of him for as long as possible. And yeah, Mayank, that was an impressive drive. Started at the back of the grid in P17 and made his way up to P6.
Salvaging his championship a bit too.
He does quite a bit, and so did Quick Killer. Started last, finished P7. Sid Venkatesh, I think he will look back and question his decision to stay out on under the safety car. And yeah, Sid who can zoom out of the top 10. And Crazy Mouse Monster, his first points finish of the season. So a lot of interesting stuff. How was the race?
Interesting. 3 safety cars over 22 laps. Well, that's just what spies, I guess.
That was quite interesting. I mean, with lobby starting with the glitches that we had, and yeah, I think the safety car just made it more interesting. A lot of different strategies coming into play, including delivery of a biryani to Utkarsh. He had plenty of time to order and get it delivered and enjoy it. So yeah, well done to him as well. So for the final time, if one of you can invite the podium winners, Jin, Redstone and Saurabh Naik, I'll run down the finishing order. So winning for the first time with a French flag, Dhokebaz Jinsanity 4, Redstone and Saurabh Naik rounding off the podium. Shah, Nishan, Mayank, Quick Killer, Sid Kulkarni, so both the Sids finishing together, and Azun rounding off the top 10. Crazy Mouse Monster, Suraj, Sumi, who once again looked that he'll have a strong weekend, but didn't, unfortunately, and T-Scal I think he was possibly the last finisher of the race. HVP unfortunately disconnected at the start of the session. He has the fastest lap, so maybe he was driving towards the end. Thakurwa, Ace, Space Cadet, and Oxidized Rage were our official DNF of this race. So 19 drivers showing up, 3 commentators to go with it. This has been quite a brilliant race, I must say. Spa never disappoints. I mean, whatever league you drive in, whichever race you see, it's never boring. And I hope we have sent the invitation to our drivers.
Yep. Jinsanity, Saurabh Nayak, and Redstone have been invited.
Yeah, and I think with VFX right beside him, Jinsanity shouldn't find it difficult to join, as he has, as we speak of the devil. Let's just wait for a minute to get the other boys in. That's Redstone, and so we have an entirely different podium. I don't think we had this set of drivers this season so far in for the podium interviews. Did we?
I doubt. I don't
think
remember.
so. I don't think so.
All right. I mean, since Jin is here, let's just start off with him. We'll wait. We'll let other drivers join in when they can. So congratulations. First of all, Jinsanity. That was quite a decent, I wouldn't say decent, but a pretty good qualifying session, first of all, from you. And a pretty solid result. I mean, it doesn't get better than PO1. So just run me. We'll start off with the disconnection of HVP. Do you think, did that help you? I mean, obviously it did, but do you think with HVP being there, you could have challenged him for the win anyway?
I feel like even if HVP was on the grid, I had confidence in my pace to get him off the start, because that was always the plan. Because I was in the other party chat telling the boys that I plan to get him off the start as fast as possible. So it was always going to be a high risk approach heading into T1. Him not being there, maybe it could have, you never know how it could have ended had he been there, but for now, it is what it is. The race result speaks for itself.
How much credit do you give to your race engineer? I'm sure he must be right beside you.
No. Today, Racing Gupta was race engineering for all of us. So, a lot of the credit, I mean, to an extent, a fair amount of credit goes to him. But apart from that, I was just, in the beginning, before pulling away from Redstone, I was just noticing what sectors he was weak at and trying to figure out how to maximize my time in those areas.
All right, I think that worked out pretty well. I think Racing Gupta as an engineer is a better racing engineer for you than VFX, as history suggests. But all right, I think that was a pretty good drive from you.
Just one more thing. Finally, so I drove with car number 19 and the pink helmet for Antoine Hubert today, and I have to say, finally, my luck with paying someone tribute worked out for the better. I didn't crash. I had a good race. So this one goes out for Antoine Hubert, and goodbye to my bad luck, hopefully.
Well, this was the perfect track to give that tribute, so thank you for that. That is a great thing that you did, and congrats.
And do we have other guys here?
Redstone's here.
Redstone is here. Hello, Redstone. And congratulations for your first podium of IRL. So, I believe you started in P3, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so first of all, run us through that quali, because although that qualifying lap was quite impressive, did you feel at any point that you were out of place, judging by the history of qualifying you had so far in this season? I saw that, yep. You see that. Yeah, and before the final safety car, I did see that you were closing in the gap to Jin bit by bit. So you think the safety car hampered your charge a bit, because the safety car restarted and with just 2 laps to go, it just catches you off guard a bit. Uh, yeah, I'll just interrupt you here, Redstone. I'm getting comment that you're not audible on the stream. So
Yeah, we fix
maybe
our race
you
engineer
can.
has said that we cannot hear you.
Fired race engineer has informed that you're not audible. So can you check your audio setting and ensure that you're on the phone? Okay, so all right, so that's a bit unfortunate. You can't change the setting, but it's a shame. So all in all, Redstone had what I'll just repeat what he said in brief that he had practiced for this race, and yeah, the result has shown, and yeah, he was definitely on the charge towards the end, but yeah, it's P2 is still good. I think you can be happy with that result. So yeah, so we'll move on. Is Saurabh Naik here?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, so we're down to two. So I'll leave the podium to you to know if you have any questions to Jinsanity, because we cannot hear Redstone, but you can ask him. I'll just repeat his answer. So you just ask them if you have anything more to add. Nothing from anyone? That's an awkward silence from Ashwin and Utkarsh.
I was on mute. I was on mute. I apologize. But yes, no more questions for me. I think that's Redstone. Yeah, that's all.
All right, fine. So I think that concludes our podium interviews. Unfortunate, Saurabh couldn't be here. Would have loved speaking to him, but this has been it. Division 2 race from Spa-Francorchamps. We'll be back tomorrow, same time at 9:45 p.m. IST for our Division 1 race, and hopefully it goes
Let's
on.
let's get the Williams double for this week.
Let's hope. Let's hope. And yeah, let's hope there are no safety cars. At least not as much as what we saw tonight. So
Yeah.
this has been Caesar bringing the action once again from Division 2, joined in by Utkarsh and Ashwin. So we had a new commentary team going on with our new podium winners. So it's yeah, it's quite a new environment here tonight. So until next time, you will have Malav, or you can beat me, bringing the action tomorrow. And it's good night.